Hey everyone, it's me, Alna from twinsmommy.com. I'm going live right now to talk about the things, 4 things that I'm going to be doing this year to help me grow my blog traffic. All right, so I thought I can tell you a little bit about Twins Mommy's traffic and the things I'm going to be doing for this year or that can help you explode your blog traffic and how it's going to help me grow my blog traffic. So I thought this Facebook Live would be great for you guys if you're a new blogger or you've been doing blogging for a bit. Hopefully these tactics can help you. All right, so this is actually my 3rd Facebook Live this day. So it's pretty late. My twins are in bed right now. And so this brings me back to the day when I first started doing Facebook Lives when my my twins were toddlers. I'd only do them at night, so this is bringing me back. Hey, Tiffany Jane. You know what's so funny? When I do Facebook Lives in my Facebook groups, I cannot read your names. I can only see your comments. But apparently on my Facebook page, I can see you. So you're Tiffany. Thanks. Perfect timing. That's awesome. I'm glad. Now, these tactics might help you if you're a brand new blogger, but if not, then you can at least aspire to that when you start growing your traffic later on in the year, okay? Because these aren't necessarily things that I would have done in the very beginning, although some do cross over, all right? So right now, let me just give you a bit of a profile for Twins Mommy. The traffic right now for Twins Mommy is 92,000 page views. So I'm almost at 100,000 page views for Twins Mommy, and I'm super excited. My other blog, elnakane.com, is already over 100,000 page views, and I'm so excited. And even my other blog, Smart Mom Ideas, is around 88,000 page views. So I'm like really, really excited that these, I'm totally growing my traffic, and I'm like over the moon by that. So this has given me the motivation to keep doing what I'm doing and try some new tactics in the next quarter, not in this quarter because it's already solidified with the things that I'm doing, but in the next quarter. All right, so, oh wow, how long did it take you to get there to grow my traffic? Well, Twins Mommy has been live about, when did I start Twins Mommy? I think we're on year 4. I have so many blogs and I've started at so many different times. I'm trying to think. It might only be 3 years, actually. Twins Mommy might be 3 years. Elna Kane is 4 years. And Twins Mommy is barely 2 years. I believe that. Hey, Sadale. I think that's your name. You also have that question. Great. I hope that answered your questions. Smart Mom Ideas is the newest blog that has the most traffic for a new blog. So Elna Kane is my oldest blog at around 4 years. It's probably approaching 5 later at the end of this year. And so I'm ecstatic that I'm at 100,000 page views. Now, granted, the first probably 3 years of my Elna Kane blog, I did not even focus about traffic building. So it's just in the matter of the last year and a half that I really grew my Elna Kane blog. Twins Mommy has always been an effort from day one. And so now I'm at 92,000 page views. And that's about 67,000 sessions. So I know some people count sessions over page views. My hair is crazy. Wow. I can't believe that. Okay. Sorry. All right. So let's go through the 4 things that I'm going to be doing this year to help me even explode my traffic even more. Like I want to push myself. I don't have a metric. I don't think I'm going to go to 200,000 page views, but I'm going to definitely hit 100,000 page views this year. Definitely, for sure. In this quarter, I'm assuming it will be in this quarter. So my goal is to maintain that traffic and then to slowly increase. My Elna Kane hit at 1,000 page views, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. It's almost at 110. So I'm finding that once you hit that plateau at 100,000, traffic goes faster. It grows faster, but of course you need to supply that traffic. And so one of my first goal or first things that I'm going to be doing with Twins Mommy is brand building. Now, I don't know if you've noticed or if you've taken a look, but Twins Mommy does have a brand new look. So, hey everyone, here is my new cover of Twins Mommy, and I'm super excited by it. Here, I'll just blow it up there. My husband was so gracious to help design this and design and develop this. I gave him a little template on a piece of paper, and this is what he came up with. And I am forever grateful and so happy with it. Oh, hey, Mariana. Wow, 100,000 per month. Oh, so far this year? Yeah, I just grew to 100,000 page views for Elna Kane and 92,000 for Twins Mommy. Yes. So I'm super excited. All right. So my first, like I said, my first thing is building my brand. And I don't know if you know my other blogs, but on my other blogs, I don't have I guess this would be called a landing page. I don't have that. So if you go to Smart Mom Ideas, it's just a blog roll. That's what I call it, like a blog roll. All you have here is your blog. When you go to my other site, on the Cane, it does have a header. Like it does have like this opt-in. It does have a little bit here in the front here, but that's it. And then after that, it just goes to my blog again, right? So this has been fine. I personally like this look. I like going to a blog and then going boom right to the blog post. I want to read the blog post. But I know that having a landing page does help with growing your email list, does help with brand building, and does help with people trusting you more. So I really wanted to play around with that on my Twins Mommy site. I might redesign, my husband might redesign my Elna Kane site, but I'm just waiting on that just a little bit. I want to see if my traffic changes with Twins Mommy by this drastic change, because Google does notice when you change things on your website, and that could affect ranking. All right. And that's just because Google is recalculating. So if you're on page 1, it might bump you to page 2, take some time to recalculate and then move you back up. Hopefully, not all the time, I've noticed, at least for me on my blogs. So, but I was confident that Twins Mommy can withstand that change. And so far it's doing okay. It's growing my traffic. I'm noticing I'm getting more subscribers and things like that on my blog. All right, so there you go. All this great stuff. All right, so the first thing about my brand is that I want everyone to know that I want to be the person about building your traffic. So at the bottom here, I made sure to let people know that just started following me what I'm all about. So for example, I picked these testimonials that were on social media that emailed me to talk about specific aspects that I want people to recognize me for. I want them to recognize me for traffic building. So this person wrote a blog post about increasing traffic, and it was the best information. That's what I want to highlight. This person calls me her encyclopedia for SEO. I want to be credible for that. This is her go-to place for starting a blog and learning how to start a blog. Again, I want these to be why people follow me and how they know me on Twins Mommy. So again, it's that brand establishment and brand building. And then this testimonial is a really nice one because she feels this is one of the most informational blogs that she's ever read, and she's been a blogger for 5 years. Now that's a really strong testimonials, and it should hopefully show people that the content on this blog can even help established bloggers, not only new bloggers, but established ones as well. So I really liked these testimonials, and this is, again, the first time I've ever displayed testimonials on my site, on my homepage. So I'm hoping that will start building my brand and my credibility as a person that can help others build their blog, build their traffic, make money with that traffic. All right, so that's the first thing that I'm starting to do, and it's awesome. I'm like really excited about where this is going to take me. All right. Hi. Oh, hold on. Okay. Now, the number 2 thing after trying to establish that brand is the whole networking aspect. Networking is a huge, huge component to being successful as a blogger. I actually just wrote a big post on for freelance writers on how they can start networking so that they can get higher paying jobs. All right, because this is how I established myself in the freelance writing world, and this is how I established myself in the mom blogging world. by networking. And so networking can be as simple as signing up to other people's email lists that are in your niche, and can be as more difficult as, or more challenging as, asking other people in your niche to collaborate with you. Maybe doing a podcast or doing a guest post and things like that, interacting in that way. So I'm doing that more. So I have solidified 3 podcasts this month. I already have one from Kate Doster. I did a great podcast with her. Let me just show you real quick. It was on a lot of topics, just about Pinterest and growing your traffic and things like that. So it's this one here, number 76, skyrocketing your traffic with viral content and Pinterest with Elma Kane. So I do go into how to grow that traffic and using Pinterest as the main driver for that. So I solidified that, and I have 2 other ones that will probably air later in the year in March. So I'm going to be doing that in the next couple of days. I'm going to be recording that. So I personally love podcasting. It's great for mom bloggers when we don't have any time. I still don't have a lot of time. I have tons of blogs. I'm writing a lot. So if I can talk quickly like I'm doing right now and do that in a podcast, then I will totally do that, because that saves me so much time. So I'm always on the lookout for podcasts. I know Kai Hernandez has a new podcast, I think it's the Busy Moms podcast or Busy Mompreneurs podcast. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, Kai. But I'm loving her podcast. And so if she's ever going to do some interviews, I would love to go on her podcast to talk about whatever she wants to talk about, blogging or balancing it all as a mompreneur. So that's really exciting for me. Oh, hey, Sadell, congrats. Oh, I really want to be on a podcast one day. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, it's exciting to be on a podcast. Yeah. So I'm doing podcasts because that's a lot easier, right, to get into a podcast. And then the other way that I'm going to be networking is guest posting. Now, guest posting is a very challenging thing I'm finding. And which is funny, because I tell all my new freelance writers how you should be guest posting. And it can be easy depending on the avenue that you take. So for example, I do own Imperfectly Perfect Mama, which is strictly a contributor site. And most likely you'll get accepted if you have a good pitch to me, if you pitch some good ideas and you're not marketing your products or, I guess mostly products that way. I do get marketers that come in, not pretending to be a mom blogger, but are also moms, and they try to sort of pitch me their idea, but they really just want to highlight their product or the company that they're working for. And so with those pitches, I really don't follow through. But if you're a legit mom blogger with a legit mom blog and you have some great ideas, then you will be featured on Imperfectly Perfect Mama. I do have a long list of people and submissions, so it will be a while, but you'll get there. You'll be published. That avenue is great, but like I said, for my, since I've been an established blogger and I really want to get out there, I really need to get on great blogs that are niched enough and that are popular. So I need to find that avenue. It's going to be a slow process to find the right site for me. I have established a guest post for my freelance writing side of my business. So I'm going to pursue that. But it is going to be a little bit of a challenge. I believe networking in this respect, you really have to know the people that have already guest posted on those sites and use that as sort of like a third party to sort of help me get on the good graces of the owner of the blogger to trust me and to know that I'm credible. So there might be a process of trying to get the other guest posters and talk to them and see maybe there's something I'm missing with my pitch, or maybe they can help me out. All right, so those are my tactics for networking specifically. So it's going to be podcasts and then trying to solidify those guest posts. It's still important if you're on, year 3 of blogging that you do have to grow your brand and get out there even more. So I'm excited about that. Network. Oh, I only have 3 down here, but I do have 4 tips, or not 4 tips, 4 things I'm doing. Okay. The third thing is long form content. Now, I am noticing that when I write blog posts that are longer than, let's say, 2,500 words, I'm getting not more recognition, but I'm getting more social shares and more comments. And so I'm finding that if I start writing those long form content, then I'm going to grow my traffic faster, which I've noticed. Since November, I've been consistently pumping out content, probably 5 to 6 times a month or more. And then a lot of those blog posts are more than 3 or 4,000 words. And I know for a fact that that has boosted my traffic from 70. I was at 78,000, 70,000 in November to now 92,000. It's really growing my traffic. So I just have to keep on pumping out that content on a consistent basis for the next couple of weeks to push myself to that 100,000 page view threshold. And then hopefully it'll stay there and then I can keep building on that. So long form content is the key. Now I know some people have not problems, but they have a hard time or a difficult time to writing that type of content. If I can provide some tips, what I like to do, so like let's dissect one of these blog posts that I have here. This one's about 7,700 words. And so what I like to do is I find that topic first. Some of these topics might be SEO driven and some of them might be Pinterest driven. Okay, so I have a different tactic for each blog post. I believe this is SEO driven. So I had the idea that I want to rank this post on this topic. So I did look at the top performing posts. I don't go deep into the top performing posts and I don't look at other people's posts because I do get inspired to the point of almost copying them, and I don't want to copy them. I want to be unique enough. So I just take a quick look. I look at the length of the blog post. I look at what they're featuring, if they're using video, infographics, unique images, and then I quickly look at the topics that they're sort of talking about. And then I let it rest. I take a couple days so I can sort of forget about it, and then I can start fresh. And from there, I write an outline, and I try to create all my H2 or subheadings here. So I think about what I want to talk about, and I think about the reader. How do I want to get them interested enough to know how to write a blog post and what to blog about? So I want to give them some comfort and telling them, this is what you really need to know about your blog niche, that it really doesn't matter if you have a blog niche in the beginning. So I want to give them some comfort in that in the beginning, and then talk about that and why I believe that, and give them examples of my personal stories. And then I had an idea of showing the different types of blog posts a new blogger can write. And I wrote them all down, and I found that there were 6 types that I really wanted to talk about. Hey, Tiffany, would you recommend new bloggers write long form content versus 800, 1,500 words? I wouldn't consider that if it's your first month blogging. I would take actually 3 months of blogging to just get the handle of blogging. But after that, I would have a plan to start writing more valuable blog posts that are long form. As long as it fits your niche. Now, a lot of craft bloggers and food bloggers and those types of bloggers may not do well with long form content, but they can definitely make long blog posts by posting a lot of videos and pictures. So that's another type of content, but not necessarily in words. But if your niche allows it, then yeah, I would start writing the 1,000-word blog posts when you feel comfortable, and then start increasing that with more valuable tips. So you can always go back to your old blog posts and beef them up and make them longer. So I just want bloggers in the beginning to be comfortable with blogging and be consistent. So it's much better to be consistent blogging than to try to write these big epic blog posts in the beginning and then feel discouraged and then not write for 3 weeks and then feel like you can't even write a basic blog post because you have such a hard time. Like, I don't want that process. I want it to be a happy, very exciting and passion-filled beginner kind of strategy as a new blogger. And then when you are comfortable, start incorporating longer form content. But yeah, I really don't. In this blog post, I tell you, I don't believe in what other bloggers say about creating pillar type content in the beginning. I mean, it took me 2 years to feel confident to write pillar type content. 2 years. Okay. So I don't expect a new blogger to know how to do that. And I don't want you to. I don't want you to be overwhelmed by that either. Okay, Tiffany. Okay, thanks. I'm in my 6th month. Okay, great. And I'm homeschooling mom. Yeah, that would be a perfect time to start thinking of those pillar type content, of sort of like these ultimate guides. You can start small and work your way up to an ultimate guide. So maybe you can take one aspect of homeschooling and dive deep into that. So I don't know much about homeschooling, but maybe you might want to write a really good resource post of all the tools and all the resources that you need to start homeschooling. So that might be a list of, like, a couple of online websites that you use for your curriculum. That might be some Amazon products of certain exercise books that you use. Maybe even some other things, like you need a desk lamp or something. I don't know. And some certain pencils and pens and things like that. And then you can go into other things. And so you can really write a really nice resource post as a beginner blogger versus like a pillar post that talks about that process of one thing on your blog. Oh, hey, Mallory. Glad you're here. All right. So as I was saying with the long form content, when you are, growing as a blogger, then this is the type of content that you really need to pump out. Like I said, it took me 2 years to feel confident to write pillar type content. And pillar type content are those ultimate guides that create that foundation for your blog. So if you're a homeschooling blog, then pretty soon you should have, eventually you should have a ultimate guide on how to start homeschooling, and then an ultimate guide on how to balance homeschooling with your home life, and an ultimate guide on the tools and resources that you should have. And the ultimate guide, you should have a couple of those. But again, that doesn't have to happen in the first month, and it really doesn't have to happen in the first year. And that's a fact, because I know on my blogs, it took me years to write that, and I'm doing just fine. I'm not in a rush to grow my traffic that quickly. I have the time to build it, and that's the fun part for me. I like taking that time to build my blogs. But I do know that there are mom bloggers, and there are bloggers that they're struggling. They want to make that income fast, but blogging isn't a get rich quick thing. It really isn't. It's a long time investment. And if you can start out showing your audience that value in the beginning, you will start gaining that trust. And it's all about trust. Your audience has to trust you, and then they will convert for whatever you want them to convert, as a subscriber or as a buyer or a client. All right. So my thing for this quarter and for this year is to create more long form content. So I've done a lot already. So I'm going to probably take a break and write not as long form content for a while, but I'm going to dip into that later on and do some more. And then, so that's my third thing. And then my final thing, my printer is like on for some reason. I don't know why. Oh, okay. So I talked about brand building. I talked about networking. I talked about long form content. And the last thing that I'm going to be doing is optimizing my old blog posts for keywords. So I've been slowly doing this, and I'm noticing it's paying off. So I personally use a paid SEO tool. I invested in that this year. So, but you can totally do this using Ubersuggest. So let's go through this process. So what I would do, I would take a top blog post. So I would search some keywords in my niche and see the top blog. This blog gets ranked a lot for number one things like best baby bottles and best breast pumps and things like that. So this is a high ranking blog. So I would take this URL and I would put it into Ubersuggest, and Ubersuggest will tell you, I think, what they're ranking for. I think that's a new feature. I'm not sure. So let's see, momlovesbest.com. Might take a bit of time. Okay. So you can see that it gets a lot of organic traffic, and Neil Patel's Ubersuggest says that's good. Um, lots of backlinks. Okay. Oh, that's great and everything. Okay. I believe these are the blog's top keywords that they're ranking for. Yeah. So like she's on number 1 for baby teethers necklaces. Teether necklace here. Okay, so teether necklace. Then I would probably go to I have to go to demo. I would go to I'm here again. I would go to, sorry, I'm fumbling right now. Keywords Everywhere is another tool that tells you the volume, and I would type in, I'm going back and forth. Let me find that keyword. I would type in, let's see, teether necklace. Baby teethers necklace is a longer form keyword. So baby teethers necklace. Baby teethers necklace. Okay, so that gets 4,400 word searches a month, but the competition is high. It's a 1. I mean, I wouldn't even touch this. Anything like 0.6 and below, like 6.5, 0.6 is a little tough, but anything like up 0.7, 8, 9, and 1 is hard. But Keywords Everywhere gives you some other keywords that you can see. Like here's a 0.4 itty bitty teething necklace, but it doesn't get a lot of searches. So again, you can see if you can rank for that. But it will give you ideas of other things you can rank for. Like teething necklace for baby boy is 110. That's not bad. So I would go there, and then I'll see if keywords gives me other types of keywords here. But the competition is high. Wow, teething necklaces is competitive. But anyways, this is what I would do. I'd do the process of finding those top keywords of the top blog of my niche and see if I can eventually rank for that. Now, Moms Love Best does have a really good hold on these very high competitive keywords. So I would have to really dig deep into like longer form keywords of this, like Beth teething necklaces for babies. Gets 140. Wow, that's still high competitive, eh? For remove teething. Okay. I'm just looking here. Yeah, all teething necklaces are very competitive. But I did write a blog post on that, so. But anyways, so that would be my process, is looking at these keywords, sorry. See if I can rank for them, and then I would go to those blog posts, so like on Smart Mom Ideas. I have something about teething, the 6 best teething remedies to soothe baby. So I would go and I would try to put those keywords back into the blog post, so see if I can rank for that. But so like natural teething remedies, that's probably what I was trying to rank for. So if I do natural teething remedies, that's one. It's high. It's competitive, but that was something that I thought I could rank for. I'm just looking at all these. Sorry. And there's other ones in here that I probably tried. Teething remedies. Yeah. So I would. This process takes longer. Again, this is just, I'm showing you very quickly, but the process goes like that. I would plug in those URLs in Ubersuggest, then I would look at those keywords in Keywords Everywhere, and then I would see if I can, I could eventually rank for those. And if I could, then I would put them in the blog posts that were relevant, and that isn't ranking. So I do have some posts that are ranking for Smart Mom Ideas, and I wouldn't add extra keywords. I would leave them, unless I really want to work on moving them up on page 1. The ones that are on page 1, that are number 1, I'm not going to touch. But if they're number 7, then I might optimize them more. So I know like online child birth classes, maybe. Let me see. Here. I'm on page 1 for online childbirth classes. Like I'm number 7. I can sit and take the time to really find those optimized keywords and try to push myself up to number 6 and number 5 and number 4, number 3, like that's probably where I could eventually if I spend the time. But I'm okay with being just on page 1 right here. I'm okay with that. But that's my process. Danielle says, what is this plugin you're using? This is called Keywords Everywhere. So if you go and type in Keywords Everywhere, it's a Chrome extension. So you have to be using Chrome, and then you can just install it. And then it just works in the back end. Whenever you're using Google, it will tell you those search terms right there. And then it will give you related keywords all here. Okay? Which paid tool do I use? I use SEMrush as my paid tool. All right, so that's my paid tool that I use for SEMrush. But Ubersuggest is also a very great, tool to use. It really does show you a lot of things that can help you. So I wouldn't knock down these free things. So I still use a lot of these free things. I use SEMrush to track my ranking, and I do plug in competitors to see what they're ranking for. Okay. But like I said, on Ubersuggest, you can do the same thing. Okay. All right. So that's my plan, is to go back to old blog posts that aren't ranking. Okay. They're on page 2. They're at the bottom of page 1, and plug in those other keywords to make it stronger and to optimize it, especially for keywords that I know I can rank for. Okay. And I might even update the blog post to add more information to make it longer, make it more valuable. All right. So that's my plan of the 3 strategies that I'm using to help me push my blog to 100,000 page views and to maintain that and keep ramping it up for this year. I'm excited to see at the end in December how much my blog has grown from January to December. How much of a big jump? Is it going to be 50,000 page views? Is it going to be, 60, or is it just going to be 30? I don't know. I feel like once you get to 100,000 page views, it will go faster, but that could just be because I'm pumping out content right now. Come the summer, we'll see how that lasts. I'm going to be busy with my twins, so I'm not going to be pumping out content that much. But yeah, so that's my plan. If you guys have any questions or whatever, just pop them in. I wanted just to share that with you to help you see where you can fit your blog and see if you can incorporate some of these networking tips, brand building, creating long form content, and then optimizing old blog posts to help you rank. All right. So have a good night, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you later.